with a gallery.
Yeah, they won't let you.
They won't let you. Oh, yeah.
No.
It's like being professional and sort of...
They'd want to sell for a lot more. The price
Yeah, you can't do the two.
It wouldn't
That's
work.
just
It'd be a
how it is.
conflict of interest.
Right,
You know?
yeah, okay.
So I've never sold in places where I have galleries.
No, that's how, that's how we kept that separate.
We never had a gallery in Vancouver for many, many years because of the fact I was selling.
Yeah, because he was
But now we're not,
Did you never do the parks and the gallery in
No,
Vancouver?
you can't do it.
No. Okay.
No, never together. No.
We had the galleries back east, right, but not in Vancouver. And we would have had our own gallery always.
Well, we did have executive gallery,
but that's years back.
That was years and years ago. Yeah.
But
it was different work. I'd give the galleries always different from what I was selling.
Yeah.
Do we lead in from Cannes? Does that relate to the Harley Davidson series? Is there
would be the last year there in Cannes.
That would be the last year in Cannes when I got involved with the Harley Davidsons and the gangs, the biker gangs. And,
well, not there, but...
Well, I did get involved with one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because I went to...
That's the third year, at a later date. But sure, once they saw the Harley, we were invited in Cannes to two big
meets.
Well, they were like a fiesta for the Harley people.
Right, yeah.
I mean, and Monton is the place. We couldn't go there because we were in Spain.
Yeah.
But that was another big meet that they asked if Paul could come with his paintings of Harley. So each time, like in Cannes, there was 2 occasions. These were sort of evening events. But
it was all because of the boss from 72 Croisset, because he came with a Harley one day, and I looked and said to Joanne, "Wow, that's a real American sculpture."
Yeah.
In other words, that's totally American and original.
I liked how,
and beautiful,
I loved you saying.
And his was incredible. It just was chrome everywhere.
And the words "real American sculpture" was great. Like for us to use that, right? This is it, right?
But because I'd had all my experience painting in silversmithing, painting metal, I knew how to make that chrome look real. In fact, I did it so well, people actually thought I used an airbrush. In fact...
Yeah, he won an award,
he
didn't win the number one award.
I won an award with my Harley.
But they thought it was airbrush.
And the bloody judges, one judge said, "Oh, it's been done with an airbrush, so we can't give him the first prize. We'll give him the second prize."
But we didn't.
And we didn't find that out till later when I met one of the judges, and he said, "We all wanted you to win the first prize, but because you used an airbrush." And I said, "I never used an airbrush." And he went, "Oh my God."
Yeah. Oh, and this was 1995, the 31st Biennale, what was it called? The Côte d'Azur, de Peinture or something.
I mean, it's typical, but in other words, these, they don't even
experts
know art.
That don't know anything.
Experts who don't know,
Yeah.
Mind you, it looked like it had been airbrush because I got that chrome looking so shaded.
It is incredible, and you get some. I remember being when I was.
Have you seen any photographs? I'll send you a photograph.
Yeah, no, I've seen some, and it reminded me of a lot of the whether you call it hyper realistic painters that are famous for that.
Yeah,
super
that's
realism.
right.
Yeah, and it's unbelievable.
Hey.
Yeah.
If he spent these would take 2 days. If he spent 4 days, can you imagine? I don't know. He'd probably get too bored.
I was going to say, how long did they take? Were they really painstaking? Really?
Yeah, 2 days. Well, it's 2 days of like 10 to 12 hours a day.
Well,
probably.
And you really think that that your smithery helped you understand reflections and
I knew metal, and I knew how to make it look like metal. I knew how to make
that's how you have to draw it at school. They asked you after
your reflection has to.
Right?
You have to make that exact line to copy the edge of the shadow to give it that look that it would be a real curve on that metal. I painted chalices and
that's
coffee
what you had
pots.
to do.
I had to paint jewelry to make jewelry look real.
So that was part of the program.
That's true, yeah.
So when you do that, you know where to put that little sparkle and that dot, the white dot, and then a little star on the dot to create like it's the sparkle from the sun reflection,
But the very first one he does is the one actually that wins the award as well, because we kept it.
It didn't win first prize.
Yeah, but when he does that first painting, that's exactly what I say. How is this possible? You do this like 2 days. You've never done one before. How can you do this? That chrome looks so perfect. And then, of course, because of his schooling and
came into use somehow.
It's all along the path of your creativity. The whole path was important to where you are now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think everything. Yeah. I think actually
everything counts.
Not taking painting at college, taking silversmithing, that helped as well, because a lot of the people I went to college with, who went into the same college as me but took painting instead of that, they ended up as teachers. They're not painters.
Yeah, and they maybe fixed ideas about things, or their minds are less open because they've only been down one path.
What happens is you're taught, and basically you're taught the way the teacher paints, and so you end up painting the same style as the teacher. And once you've done that for a few years, it's very hard to get out and do your own thing. You know what I mean? To forge your own technique. So it's best that you have no training. That way, you're sort of on your own.
Well, you did life drawing. You had training. But
but that was in drawing, not in... Yeah. I did lots of drawing, but not the actual painting, like in a style, And what teachers always like to do is they like to get you into your style. They want you to find your style. So when you found it, they get you painting in that style. And a lot of these artists stay that way for the rest of their life,
Yeah. You're unique in that sense.
Well, they haven't experimented. You've got to experiment in everything in art,
Yeah, you've got to take risks. What have you got to lose, really?
That's right.
But I think, as you were just saying, Ed, having the varied background, that makes a huge difference.
Of course, I think it does.
Because you start painting fresh.
Well, getting a degree as well, it made my dad happy, and in the end, it sort of, in a sense, it's a little bit of people respect you a little more when they know you've got a degree, you've been to college. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's like even Joanne's dad said, "Hey, look, he speaks Spanish. He's got a degree." I thought to myself, I fooled another one.
Yeah, my father, the great art lover.
A bum with a degree, okay.
Yeah. And here I say, "Father, I've just met him." Yeah, my father loved Paul instantly.
I remember when I was I did something called, when I was, say, fifth, doing GCSEs, O levels, as you might remember them or not.
Yeah,
I did something called technical drawing, so I did, a couple of years of that.
Oh yeah,
which is it's a good predecessor for doing architecture, which I did.
Yeah,
we did a whole study with copying photos and using just I think it was just pens and pencils and technique, and you'd take a photo from a magazine, of something complicated like an old car or a Harley, and then you draw a grid on it, and then you'd have to do it about twice as big, just using the pencils. And so I remember doing chrome, and the same thing, learning that, of course, chrome is just a reflection of everything but it has an edge, and it doesn't, things. There's rules with chrome you work out pretty quickly.
It's almost transparent. That's the feel. Yeah. Well, we did architectural drawing as well.
Yeah.
In those days, when you did any kind of an art course, you take all kinds. We did pottery, we did architectural drawing, we did life drawing, we did everything, because they want you to experiment as well in the beginning. Right at the beginning, they want you to try everything, to see if you excel in anything. And then the second or the third year of the course, you focus. Then you specialize. Then you get into something like specialization.
And then, of course...
I even took metalwork at school.
Yeah,
when I was,
Oh, yeah, and just...
We did woodwork. I always loved woodwork and metalwork at school because I loved all the practical stuff, I made my own bloody calipers, my own things at school when I was, 12, 13
Yeah,
years
we
of
did that
age.
as well. I think it was pretty normal back in those days. In
England's
my day
good
as
for
well.
Very good.
Yeah.
I think it's excellent, yeah.
I think the
it's a
British
shame
educational
today.
system is unreal. I can tell just by the fact that my vocabulary is even better than Joanne's. In many ways. No, but I mean, she asked me things, and then, it's like, well, even though I'm
very British, Paul.
even though I came from a rough area, like,
well,
Liverpool and everything, but it doesn't matter. Even in the rough schools, they had good British English literature. They had all of that, and the vocabulary was always excellent. You know what I mean?
You're from Bevington.
But it is funny, yeah, you're right, because I often compare my kids' education to my education, and in England we had woodwork for one term, then we had metalwork, then we had drawing, or then we had pottery, and we even had what they call home economics, which was cooking, really.
Yeah.
And
I
all
passed
these
on that.
yeah. Well, I think we had the choice. I think we had the choice of something.
I think so. Yeah, I chose something.
But I mean, I think it was very good, even though the bad kids would just like hit people with tools in the workshop and stuff. But it sometimes brought out those kids' side. The kids who were not particularly strong in maths or music and just used to play the fool.
That's right.
They'd find themselves in woodwork and find themselves, oh, blimey, I'm quite good at this.
We had to play the flute. We did all of that. We even had... did you have... Was yours an all-boys school? Was it a mixed school?
No, it was a mixed school. It's a comprehensive school.
Ours was all boys. But the girls' school was next door. So they had a social club. They had a social club where we'd all go dancing once a week.
They're all good dancers.
Every Thursday. So the girls would all come across and we'd all have a dance on Thursday.
You want to learn to be the best
It was all
dancer.
ballroom dancing, that's all it was.
Guys.
Take your partner for the quick step.
Lucky to have all
It was a riot. I loved it.
Can you still do it? Is the question.
Sure. I'm
yes.
A wonderful dancer.
I love dancing.
Yeah. Oh,
excellent.
Sure. We used to dance 5 straight hours. Yeah, but he was lucky to have had all that background. Yeah.
Yeah, because even Joanne never had ballroom dancing, nothing, Yeah. So
England
can
is
you
known
imagine
for
what
that.
a diverse kind of education they
Up
did
with
in
the
the
British
school
flag.
system? I think that's bloody amazing when I think about it.
Yeah, I think they're pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Look at the people.
I mean, I never think about it. I never thought about it before, but it's when you travel and you see what education they're getting in other countries and what language, the difference is quite amazing.
Yeah. Who knows if it's right or wrong or better or not? It's not the point. The point is it's just interesting and different.
Yeah, of course. That's right.
It produces who you are. It could be why there's quite a lot of curious people from England. I don't know. There's
brilliant people from England,
interesting people, or weird people, or I don't know what you would say.
They have everything.
That's with the eccentricity.
They have everything there, right?
Back to we're done pretty much. I think have we covered the whole thing, and then we leave.
And we
leave
off for Sitges. Right? We're in Cannes. We hang in. No, but I mean, this is what we do. We just hang in probably another couple of weeks there. Then we go to Sitges and sell there, and then we do in the Basque Country at the Sala de Cultura. We do a show there, and then of course we go all the way back to Amsterdam, leave our vehicle, with the garage, and back in Vancouver for school.
Brilliant
time. Yeah.
And that was in the end of
1990.
European summer.
Back.
End of summer. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Wow. And your kid, Tala and Anton, are 10 and 8. Is that right this time?
That's right. Yeah, 8, 10, and... Well, sure, they were so... of course, they're nonstop busy. I mean, we're here, we're there, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they're at school, and then they're doing... Yeah, so they don't sort of have a minute to complain or to they seem to love everything. They're always doing something, so. And
they followed you. I mean, they followed you up to the age of whenever before they left to do further education. But they enjoyed this This unconventional sort of lifestyle, but at the same time, fairly conventional in that going to school, school.
I mean, they went different directions. Of course, she went to Montreal to study, and then she went to England.
Well, we followed them. We have to set them up.
We had to go everywhere to get them apartments and set them up, and then